Hello degenerates and welcome to the brand new year 2021. It's the first time that I finally come back to you. No, it's been a long time. Sorry for the huge leave of absence, but now we're going to finally get into things and I kind of figured out what I wanted to do. So I forgot how much I really said back in the comments, at least not the comments, the community update pages here on YouTube. But for those of you guys that were keeping up to date with what was going on, basically what happened was when I went back down home for Christmas break, I was in an area where I had like the slowest internet possible. So if I wanted to record videos or if I wanted to have a stream, basically the stream just wouldn't work. The internet speed was too slow, and at the time we had the fastest possible speed that our provider would have. For people living in a house and 50 megabytes per second, they could not go any faster than that. So it wasn't just it wasn't happening, and if I ever uploaded a video, it would take like 8 hours for it to upload. So that was the main reason why there was no uploads going on during that time. However, we did finally update the internet back there, so whenever I do go back down home to my parents' place and all that stuff, then I'll finally be able to do streams, and I'll be able to upload videos there because now we have 1 gigabyte per second, so that internet kicks all sorts of ass right now. So definitely from now on, I'm not going to really have those content breaks. If you guys remember back in Thanksgiving, there was another 2-week break, except this one was longer, obviously, because of that very same reason. It's just the internet was way too slow to really get things through consistently, and obviously I'm not going to give you guys a watered down experience of what I'm normally able to provide for you guys. So yeah, with that all out of the way, I did also take a little bit of a break when I came back here just because there have been a whole lot of things going on right now in my life and of course out there in the world too. So been really keeping on top of all those things just to make sure I'm staying current. If you guys follow my Twitter, you know, I'm always staying on top of whatever's going on here in the States. But now that all of that is out of the way, the other thing too that this break kind of gave me time to really think and deliberate about was how I wanted to carry this channel in the future and what's like the future for my Twitch. Obviously, I did hit some milestones last year, especially towards the end. I can't thank you guys enough for that. I finally hit 15 subs. Now it's all gone because I didn't stream for a month, so we're back down to 11, but regardless, it kind of makes sense. But it did show that there is something that I can do with Twitch at the very least. Of course, I'm nowhere near big enough to survive off of Twitch alone or anything like that, but it is something that I can very much easily do on the side. And what I really wanted to think about is how exactly I want to handle that content, also how I want to handle content here on YouTube as well. Beginning today, we are going to finally bring back the match critique stream, so be sure to tune in at 7 o'clock today, so we'll make sure we get over to that. Then we're going to be doing the next match critique stream on Monday, so I did have a bunch of people message me that they wanted their sets to be looked at, but obviously I was off air, so I didn't accept any. But I think as of right now, I think it's only just those 2 things, but who knows, there might have been some other people that wanted to send me matches, but because I was off air, they didn't send it, so feel free to do that. So Mondays we'll be back to the match critique streams. Sorry for the little fake out that we had earlier this week, because I know I intended to get back, but just due to circumstances, I just ended up pushing it back. Then Wednesdays, I think, is going to be the day that I'm going to finally start going through the Donkey Kong Country series. Whenever you do watch my streams, I always play Donkey Kong Country music in the background. I really, really enjoy the ambience of it. And it is a game that I've always wanted to beat. And I'm specifically talking about the original SNES ones. I don't really have any plans to go to Returns or Tropical Freeze. I have played Returns, but I never beat that one. Tropical Freeze I got from one of the free Nintendo promotions, but I never played it because I wanted to beat Return before I played it. But I just never got around to those, and I don't really have a drive to. I'm way more interested in the original ones than I am with the Return series. So don't expect those games to be covered, but I am planning to go through 1, 2, and 3 until I beat them. So definitely look forward to those, and I hope you're looking forward to it. I'm probably going to get my butt beat quite a bit, but was able to beat the original Castlevania finally. I want to say it was last year. If not, it was the year before that. And that was one of the biggest pop-offs in my life. And we'll see if Donkey Kong ends up being a little bit difficult or a little bit easier than that. So definitely looking forward to that. And the next thing too is I'm going to finally start streaming. I'm going to start streaming Planet Coaster, and that's probably going to alternate between Fridays and Saturdays. mostly because I have certain friends around here that they're really only free on the weekends, so depending on what day they're free on, I might alternate between the two. But as of right now, Friday, Saturdays, and who knows, those might even be like morning streams. They may not even be like regular nighttime streams, and that's something that I'll have to figure out. But in terms of the Match Critique stream and the Donkey Kong streams, those are going to be nighttime, like at 7 o'clock normal, Eastern time. And the plan for those is it's going to be Monday and Wednesday, and then Friday, Saturday is kind of going to be more in the up in the air one. And most of the time, maybe it might be Saturday more often than not that I'll stream that day. But I'll just kind of have to see what plans normally play out like. But generally speaking, I like to go out on weekdays rather than the weekends, just because especially I imagine in most places, it's just a little bit more crowded on Saturdays, and I'd rather not be around too many people when that happens. So with that being said, that's kind of the update here. In terms of other things going on in my life, I'm not entirely sure what the status of Japan is. My application did go through, so at some point this month I'll find out if I made it to the first round of interviews, really hoping for that. And, in the meantime, I am going to be looking for other jobs, but because of some updates that happened with unemployment stuff, I actually will be good for a decent amount of time, which was a big relief to me. So the good thing is, at least for the time being, I'm going to be okay. I'm not in any immediate danger. So with all that stuff, I will be fine. I feel like there's one other thing I want to touch about. Oh yeah, movie reviews and the Duck Hunt guide. So I'm going to be recording one movie review right now, or two, probably two of them. And then I'll be getting those uploaded throughout the week, as well as the critiques from today. And then, of course, the big one is going to be the Duck Hunt guide on the new smash attack technique that we found. That one's going to be done by next week. Next week, I don't know which day, but next week it'll be done. We've kind of labbed out everything that we need to know about it, including like the exact frame timings for all this stuff. So huge shout outs to Pyro's Magic for doing all of that work as well. And of course, LYC for a lot of things he's doing, but I'll be sure to link them and credit them when I do get around to that video, so you guys can understand what was going on with that tech, because it honestly is a pretty big deal for Duck Hunt in terms of what it allows him to do, and the fact that it is something that you can be consistent with, but it's going to be difficult. If you're good at rhythm games, then you're going to be really good with this tech, and it's going to benefit you immensely. But if you're not, I still think it's going to be something that you should be able to at least utilize one aspect of it, which is the speed, which I do think is the most important aspect of it. So I'll be sure to cover all of that in its entirety there, and we'll go from there. I do have other Smash plans that I want to do in terms of like guides and all that stuff. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to release that tech video first, and then I'll get around to the rest. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you come in and watch the stream tonight at 7 o'clock, and I'll see you guys then. So take care of yourselves until then.